guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys one of my favourite recipes, and simply spaghetti bolognese. Now this is something that can be enjoyed by any and everyone, like friends, family, even on a dinner date if that's special somebody. I'm using that organic wholemeal pasta spaghetti, a lot of fresh ingredients like fresh tomatoes, fresh basil, garlic, the whole lot. So I'll be showing you guys how to make this recipe and also that you can enjoy. And yeah, so I'm going to show you guys how to do this. If you guys want to find out how to make this recipe, where to get the ingredients from, you know, just watch it. So yeah. So just watch it, obviously, because I want you guys to watch it. Oh my god. And also, if you do make this recipes, don't forget to photograph it, hashtag it, Kezzy's Cookbook, Kezzy's Spaghetti Bolognese on Instagram, Twitter, so I can see what you guys have made. Until next time guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so here we have our spaghetti. Now this is organic wholemeal spaghetti. I got this for £1 from Tesco and I absolutely love it, and it's much healthier than your usual white pasta. And over here is the lean mince. I usually get mine from the butcher's or halal shop because they have leaner meat, so there's less fat and more meat in it. Here we have the fresh tomatoes. I've chopped these up. There's 6 in a pack and I got this for 75p, which is great because I love cooking my sauces from scratch and I love those tomatoes. So here we have the onions, basil. There you can see the Scotch bonnet, chopped garlic, curry powder, and lurking in the corner right here is our tomato puree that we're going to use as the base of our sauce. These are all our ingredients, and I'm going to be showing you in the video some more ingredients that I use, like some of my secret special ingredients for this recipe, so do keep watching. Okay guys, so now I'm using a medium-sized pot. And I think this is good for when you're cooking spaghetti, just to make sure that the spaghetti is cooked evenly. To speed things up, we'll be using hot water from the kettle. Now you want to really use about half of the kettle, or just enough so that the spaghetti will be submerged in the water, just as long as it doesn't go toppling over, but more is good in this case. This will bring the water instantly to a boil, and then now you just add your spaghetti. There we go. And so if there's not enough water, just grab the kettle and add a bit more. So just pour some over like that. And then there you have it. Now once your spaghetti's been submerged, you just move it around lightly. And I'm going to show you guys a trick now. This is a great way to stop the spaghetti from sticking in the pan. So, whoops, I've covered it. I don't know why I've covered it, but I'm going to show you guys now. Okay. So basically what you'll need is about a knob of butter or margarine or olive oil. I think olive oil is actually the best option, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm just going to use my low fat margarine, and just add about a knob inside and stir it around lightly, because you know this is, like I said, is a great way to stop your spaghetti from sticking together. And let's not forget that we're not going to cook it for too long, otherwise it might get soggy. So yeah, so we're going to leave it on the hob once you've stirred it around for about 10 to 12 minutes. Now you must keep an eye on this because I usually forget, and sometimes my spaghetti gets soggy and that's not nice. So cover it and leave it to cook for 10 minutes. Welcome back guys, so now that our spaghetti has been cooking for 10 minutes, it's been ready, nice and soft and just about right because we haven't cooked it for too long. So now we're going to take it off the hob. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like now. And the reason why it's like that is because the butter, you know, and the starch from it's mainly the butter, because wholemeal pasta is not really starchy. But now we're going to drain our spaghetti. We're using a colander and a bowl that we used before just to hold the, you know, dry spaghetti. So there we are, drain it. Don't worry if the water's touching, you know, the spaghetti, because we're going to lift it up anyway and run it under cold water. That's also a good trick as well, just to prevent it from sticking together if you run it under cold water. And don't worry about it if it goes to room temperature, because we are going to cook it inside the bolognese sauce. And there you have your spaghetti ready. So let's move on to the sauce. Okay, so these are the ingredients for the sauce. Now, traditional bolognese sauce usually has wine, celery, and bacon, but I'm trying to keep this very simple and use less fatty ingredients. Not saying that they're entirely fatty, but we want to make it quite simple. So I'm just using tomatoes, pepper, basil, and garlic, and chopped onions, and a bit of tomato paste. Now, I know this is not the traditional version, but this is how I like my bolognese sauce. So let me show you how to do it. You will need is a blender or food processor. I'm using a blender because it's like one of my go-to. I'm just going to add my chopped tomatoes to the blender. Just chop them in like that. Followed by the Scotch bonnet. Now, if you don't like spice, I would recommend using just one or half of this, but Scotch bonnets are usually very sweet and very, very tasty, so they do add a very nice flavour to the sauce. Just chuck it in, and now we're going to use our basil. Now I'm going to use a handful of basil. I love using this method because it's easy and it saves me from having to chop it up, and also I think it's a great way to really infuse the herbs into the sauce. Once that's done, just grab some oil, some olive oil, and sprinkle it over. This is a great way to get the mixture to blend fluidly without causing it to, stop, or, basically just speeds up the time. Now you cover your blender and you put it on and start blending. Now watch it blitz. And I love this bit because I literally just love it like forming into liquid, but I actually do hate the sound because it makes so much noise. I'm going to leave it to blend for about 20 to 30 seconds until it's completely liquid. Now once the sauce has been blended, we're going to put that to the side and we're going to start off with the mince. Now I've just used 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I love using a wok because I think it's a great way to cook the meat without having to use that much oil. So now just add your mince. I'm going to do it bit by bit just so I can get everything in evenly. And I'm just going to take out that little bit. And now I'm just going to get a spoon and literally just turn the mince over. And we're going to cook this about 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't need that long, just about 5 minutes until the mince is completely browned, and that would tell you that the mince is cooked. I like to use mine. I like to cook it just like there was, without adding any onions, because sometimes I do feel like the onions does interfere and some parts of the mince does not necessarily get cooked. And now I've just used rosemary. Now I absolutely love rosemary, and it's one of my secret ingredients to seasoning meat or adding it to like dishes, because I think it adds such a nice flavour. So this is what it looks like up close. And I'm just using a spoon, and now you can see all the juice from the mince. And now I'm adding in the chopped onions. So now I'll be using the jumbo beef stock. All you need is about half a teaspoon or tablespoon of this. So now I'll be using a bit of nutmeg. I like to use half a teaspoon of nutmeg. All you need is just a bit. This adds a very nice smoky flavour and also a very nice balance to the bolognese sauce. Now we'll add our tomato puree, and all we just need is about a tablespoon of this, and we're just going to squirt it round just to give a nice base to the sauce. I'm just using half a teaspoon of curry powder. I absolutely love using curry powder and some tomato sauce because I think it gives also a nice sort of flavour, but this too is optional. If you really want to keep it simple, then I say just skip out on the curry powder, but then again I would say add it. So it's really up to you. So now I'm just adding in the blended tomato sauce we made earlier, and we're just going to mix this in together. Now, as you can see, it looks quite creamy, like we've added cream cheese or anything like that, but it's literally just the blended tomatoes. And now we're just going to mix this. Now, I've turned up the heat a bit just so it can, you know, cook it quickly and fry it a little. And then after a while, we're going to turn down the heat like this. And this has actually been simmering for about 5 to 10 minutes. And now we're going to grab our spaghetti and add our spaghetti in, and we're getting to the final stages. Yay! So grab your spaghetti and add it into the pan. I've already done this, as you can see. And now I'm just taking a wooden spoon and I'm just mixing it lightly. I'm trying to get the sauce to cover the spaghetti as a whole. And now you can see I'm just mixing it around. Now a lot of the sauce will be at the bottom of the pan. Grab a pair of tongs and just grab it and place it on a serving bowl. I like using the tongs because I feel like it's quick and it's easy and it doesn't cause any mess when you're trying to serve. So definitely use them if you do have them. And I got mine from, I think, a pound from Poundland, so literally you can get them anywhere. They shouldn't cost you much. So now I'm just distributing the sauce from the pan all over my spaghetti, and there you have it. I don't think the light does it justice, but it absolutely smells and tastes delicious. And then I'm just going to garnish it with a bit of basil. I would usually use parsley, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to use my basil and place it there nicely, and there you have it, ready to be served. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.